Hey, wake up.
Ay, ay, ay. Crawl out of one hole and into another.
You want to tell me what's going on here?
Americano, see? Now what brings a bloke like you to this part of the world? Oh, hey, easy, whoever you are.
Name's Leon. Came here looking for this girl. Seen her?
What, are you supposed to be a cop or something? Nah, you don't look the type.
Maybe.
Okay, let me guess. She's the president's daughter?
That's too good for a guess. Want to start explaining?
Psychic powers. Nah, just kidding with you, amigo. I overheard one of the villagers talking something about the president's daughter in the church.
And who might you be?
Me llamo Luis Sera. I used to be a cop in Madrid. But now I'm just a good-for-nothing guy who happens to be quite a ladies' man.
Luis Sera is one of the few helpful characters that you will run into during your time in Resident Evil 4. What's up everybody, this is McStan and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will be discussing the character Luis Sera and everything we know about him. First met at the end of Chapter 1-1, what we learn about Luis is much different than what his appearance and demeanor might suggest. Luis is very important to the story of Resident Evil 4, with his ties to the Los Illuminados and the organization that Ada Wong, Albert Wesker, and Jack Krauser work for. Luis's story begins many years before the events of Resident Evil 4. Luis was born and raised in the very village featured in Resident Evil 4. Nothing is known of Luis's family life and childhood besides the fact that he would accompany his grandfather on hunting trips outside of the village. Eventually, Luis leaves the village in order to make a name for himself. He goes to college and earns a degree as a biologist. Although Luis tells Leon that he is an ex-cop from Madrid, this is most likely a lie because at this point in the story, he still doesn't trust Leon.
Me llamo Luis Sera. I used to be a cop in Madrid.
Luis later returns to the village, and it turns out the village has been taken over by a cult known as the Los Illuminados. This cult worships a parasitic organism that is native to the area. The leader of this cult, Osmond Sadler, eventually recruits Luis into the Los Illuminados in order to research and develop BOWs using the parasite known as the Las Plagas. During our time in Resident Evil 4, we are able to find some of Luis's memos on his research and development of the Las Plagas parasite. Luis becomes disdained with Sadler and all the research that he's been doing for him, and he wants to escape the village. He tries to contact a friend that he met in university through email, but instead he finds himself in contact with Ada Wong, a member of the organization.
Among all the people involved in this, Luis Sera has the least entanglements. He works for no organization, preferring to move on his own. I'm the one who told the organization of his importance. I did it because I like him. His history betrays an enthusiasm I once shared. It was a stroke of luck that I happened to intercept his email for help. It seems he can't trust the police, so he sent the email to an old friend from college. He must have thought his friend was still alive. At any rate, that's how I managed to find him. Apparently, he's been conducting his own investigation of the cult while doing research on Las Plagas. A brilliant scientist. He's accumulated a pile of data and pieced it all together. Must be why Sadler hired him. Too bad Sarah's snooping has aroused his suspicion. When I told him who I was, he practically begged to be taken into custody. He needed protection. He said, I have no love for Las Plagas or this stupid cult. I want out. I just want peace and quiet again. I ordered him to bring me a Master Plaga specimen, a sample for evidence. Looks like he's one of the few people whom Sadler actually trusts. Tracking him down and getting my hands on the sample shouldn't be difficult. I doubt the cult will take kindly to his escape, though. I'll have to guide this along if I want it to go smoothly.
In his escape from the island, Sera steals a test tube containing an egg of the Dominic subspecies, which he has to hand over to Ada Wong. Sera was later kidnapped by Chief Mendez's forces as he made his way through the village and was sealed in a cabinet to be interrogated later. Luckily for Luis, Leon finds him tied up in the cabinet and frees him. Unfortunately, they are captured shortly after this, but are able to escape once again. Throughout the rest of the game, Luis helps Leon and Ashley on their fight against the Los Illuminados.
Small world, eh? Well, I see that the president's equipped his daughter with ballistics, too.
How rude!
Unfortunately for Luis, Sadler eventually catches up to him and stabs him through the heart with one of his tentacles, thus killing Luis and recovering the Plaga sample from him. Shortly before he dies, he is able to help Leon by giving him some pills to suppress the growth of the Plaga within his body, thus ending Luis's story in Resident Evil 4. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, it really would help the channel out a ton if you would like this video, and maybe consider subscribing if you are new to the channel. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.